Today News Update.
A warm welcome to your Barbados Today Evening News Update for Monday, July 11. So glad you could join us. Lower Estate residents are anxious for work to get started to get much-needed relief from toxic odors emanating from the dump once operated by waste hauler Anderson Cherry. During the St. George Speaks Town Hall meeting last Thursday, Deputy Chief Environmental Officer Ronald Chapman announced that work would soon get underway on the site and the process should be completed within 3 or 4 months. Residents who declined to speak on camera told Barbados Today they're hoping government will keep its promise. One resident, Ms. Cragwell, says it has been a long time coming.
I am happy that they are looking to do something. I think it is well overdue though, because it has been a number of years that we have brought the situation to the fore. Actually, just before, not this last election, the one before that, we had a series of meetings which came to naught. So I'm yet to see. When I see, then I would believe that something is actually happening.
How does that smell? What kind of problem is that to you?
This scent is, like I had said from the very beginning, it's a very toxic scent. It's not anything I believe anybody should be breathing in. At nights, if that scent bursts out, all my windows are closed. There are times when it has to be closed. All my windows have to be closed all night long because of the scent. Neighbors, members in the community, asthma attacks and stuff like that from the same thing. It in recent years hasn't been that bad, I guess, because of a wind direction. But let me say in recent years, recent months. But I am aware because if I come up through Huddersfield Turning, I'm still smelling it down there. So yeah, it is something that is horrible, very, very horrible. Nobody should be made to inhale it.
Another male resident who declined to give his name said residents have suffered long enough.
I've been hearing about relief coming for quite a while. Regularly at nights, I have to close my windows because of the smell. And especially sometimes when it rains, right? It has affected my wife that her sinuses are like, something needs to be done about it. It's time for action and not stop all the talk. We need something done. As far as down Jackman's, you get the smell going on down there, but we are right in the heart of it.
So imagine what you are going through.
Yeah, we need something done about it, urgently.
In other news this Tuesday, with crop-over stakeholders announcing that this year's Foreday Morning Jam will return to its original route in the city, Bandleaders are happy. Several told Barbados Today while they have been experiencing low numbers, they are expecting a pickup now and they're focused on a bigger, better festival next year.
I'm so glad to be back to Bridgetown. We've already seen an increase in revelers already. From the time the information came out, we checked our page and we recognized that we were already getting registrations already. I'm so glad to be back to Bridgetown and I look forward to more people coming out and signing up for the Unoya experience.
This year we are a little slower. I think it's the hardship of the economy right now and coming off of COVID. So we're just hoping that in the next few weeks that things pick up. With regards to the new route and everything, we're all for it. You know, this year, as far as I'm concerned, is a trial and test year. So everything is like new and we're just going to see how this works that we can use then to go forward for 2023. So for me, that's how the bands, or at least myself, we're looking to do for this year.
Right now, 4x4 is no launching. We've decided to come and work with the brand because we think it's necessary to do something this year. Looking forward to next year. Actually, our theme this year is World Entertainment Transformation Training, but we are actually launching our brand for next year, which is Stream Barbados. Because of this year and taking so long with the protocols, we know we're not going to get the overseas people, but we're looking at the locals to come on the road and bring a bigger brand next year.
From the beginning, I knew I would not have the amount of people that I usually have. As I say, it's a challenge for me sometimes is fine, because what I'm going to do actually is do the best to make this spectacle on the highway one of the best spectacles we have ever had. We're here now, we have to go forward, do our best, and plan for next year.
The parents of 20-year-old murder victim Tyrese Caesar are fighting back against gun violence. They have launched the Tyrese Caesar Foundation at an emotional vigil held at Haywards Beach, St. Peter last evening. Tyrese was fatally shot outside the Cottage and Grill Bar in St. Joseph on June 29. His father, Daniel Caesar, expressed concern about the worrying level of gun violence on the island. One of the main aims of the foundation is to help rid the streets of guns.
We have to make sure that his life did not end in vain. And as you mentioned briefly, we will start a foundation in his honor, the Tyrese Caesar Foundation, to assist families that are going through the same grief that we're going through today, as one of its aim, and also to eliminate from the streets of Barbados illegal firearms. I live in a country with 9.85 million people in Dubai, and the things that are happening here in Barbados does not happen. There's no reason why a lot of the lawlessness that goes on here in this country cannot cease. So through the foundation, we are hoping that every firearm that's removed from the streets of Barbados is a life saved, and we can attribute that life to Tyrese Caesar.
Mother Jacqueline Caesar revealed the foundation has a 10-member subcommittee that includes former Deputy Commissioner of Police Layla Strickland, Sergeant Donovan Smith of the Barbados Defence Force, and Attorney-at-Law Lysandra Bob. The foundation will also be partnering with local and international agencies to tackle the crime scourge.
We'll be advocating for safer communities, implementing national gun violence prevention campaigns. We'll be working with communities to keep it safe, partnering with local and international law enforcement agencies. We will be strategic partners, becoming affiliated with regional and international organizations to gather information on community best practices to reduce violence and the use of guns, illegal use of guns in Barbados. We will also incentivize and have financial resources that we will be aiming to make. We'll have fundraising activities to use funds to assist other persons.
Regional and international news coming up after this short break.
Pure oxygen is way more than just water. We infuse pristine water with over 1 billion tiny oxygen bubbles using our state-of-the-art process. The benefits of additional oxygen are huge, from strengthening your immune system to increasing energy levels, stamina, and sports performance. And that's not all. It also improves skin health, helps you sleep better, and reduces stress. Join the movement of people experiencing the benefits of pure oxygen. It's not hype, it's science.
To regional news, Antigua and Barbuda's Prime Minister Gaston Brown and his Antigua Labour Party serves notice they're ready to go to the polls. As we hear in this report from ABS Television, the party presented its 17 candidates at the weekend.
The convention also ratified several proposed amendments to the party's constitution, including giving the central executive the discretion to select election using a method other than a primary. It also accepted a report from the Suitability Committee, which determined incumbent St. Peter MP, the Honourable Asad Michael, was not suitable to run on the party's ticket at the next election. The party then presented its 17 candidates, with Prime Minister the Honourable Gaston Brown leading a similar team as that which contested the 2018 elections, with 3 new candidates: Nacinta Ned for Barbuda, Gail Christian for St. John's Rural West, and Rawdon Turner for St. Peter. The next general elections are constitutionally due March next year, but Prime Minister Brown can call them at any time.
On the international front, Sri Lanka's president today informed the Prime Minister that he will resign after tens of thousands of protesters stormed the official residences of both men.
Succumbing to the pressure, after months of protests, Sri Lankan President Gotabaya Rajapaksa announced he would be stepping down from office informing the country's parliamentary speaker of the decision.
The president told me to announce to the country that he would resign on Wednesday, the 13th of July, so that there would be a peaceful transfer of power. Therefore, there is no need to destabilize the country any longer. I request, with respect for cooperation of everyone on behalf of the country and the future of the country, to maintain peace.
The news of Rajapaksa's resignation triggered celebrations in parts of Colombo, where just hours earlier protesters stormed the president's official residence, venting their anger over the country's severe economic crisis. Throughout the day, soldiers and police were unable to hold back the crowds from pouring into the palace, where they enjoyed many luxuries like the compound swimming pool.
When you see the luxuries in this house, it's obvious that they don't have time to work for the country.
I feel very, very sad that they didn't go earlier, because had they gone earlier, there wouldn't have been any destruction. And it's time that we got all our stolen money back to this country. And also the air conditions are running in that presidential palace while people don't have electricity in their homes.
By the evening, anger had reached fever pitch as demonstrators set alight the home of Sri Lankan Prime Minister Ranil Wickremesinghe, who, like the president, managed to escape without harm.
That's news, but for the very latest, visit our website at www.barbadostoday.bb. You can also subscribe to our e-paper, email updates, or like us on Facebook. Please sign up for our breaking news alerts via WhatsApp. We're also on Izumi Medium bus terminals as well as screenplay at supermarkets and gas stations near you. You can also hear us on Capital Media HD 99.3 FM.